Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you'll be safe.
Yo, how are we all doing today? Hopefully you guys are doing pretty well out there. Today's video, I want to go over some GAC stuff, and more importantly, a GAC defensive team that is actually doing a lot of great things right now in the game with a cup. It could be a cup, it could be really anybody else. We'll go into that later, but I just wanted to show that team on defense and how that actually works with the counter that people tend to use. But also I want to shed some light onto an offensive team that actually is so great right now. And the Bounty Hunters, guys. The Bounty Hunters, the faction in general, is just so amazing. I really do believe that they're almost right up there with the Troopers in terms of how good they are for offense. But Troopers have a bit of an advantage because of the GL counters with the Emperor. But regardless, the Bounty Hunters, with how you can have them modded and the turn orders, they can kill, you know, Padmes, Grievuses, like so much. Darth Revens, Night Sisters, you know, a lot of different stuff. I think you can either even kill them with like some First Order or some Mirror Matches or whatever it may be. But just like the point alone, and I guess Mon Mothma's the point alone, is that you can have so many different counter options available to you, just like you can have with the Troopers. And if you have, you know, an Aura Seeing Up, you know, to snuff with like a, I guess just having her leadership ability maxed, and you have, you know, a fast Bosk and a Grief. I mean, these guys are amazing. They can beat a lot of different stuff, and with Django's lead, and having both Bosk and Grief pretty fast to outspeed Darth Revens, they can kill Darth Revens as well. And it just really helps in GAC, because it's not like the best team in the game, but it's a counter team. And if you can kill something for good banners with this team here, it allows for you to save another team for offense and play something better on defense. And that's like the biggest thing for both the Bounty Hunters and also the Troopers. So I would recommend them to anybody out there. And if you don't have, you know, them built up, go for it. I think they're definitely worth it for the investment. So that's that. But now I want to go and talk about this team right here. So people usually in this Padme team, they love to keep a very thick and healthy relic 5th character for the GR, for the Padme team. You know, either a Barriss, maybe you have a relic cam like me. Who else? Maybe you want to use like a Shak T or a Yoda or a 3PO. Well, I will say this right now. I think you would rather go with somebody like a Cup. And I want to explain this because Cup, having him, or really anybody being low gear, I mean, you can use anybody that's low gear here. Like, I would say gear 8 or below. Just having them die to either an AoE or a basic from a Vader will make this a lot of a better counter, because usually that 5th tends to be either a Yoda or a 3PO to stop the Vader counter. But this will stop the Vader counter in and of itself because of just how it works with Anakin's bonus turn and Padme's bonus turn from that too. I forget, I think it's this one. One of these ones. I think it's on Anakin's Zeta. He gives out the bonus turn as well to Padme right here. If Padme is an ally, she takes a bonus turn after each of Anakin's bonus turns. So that interrupts, by the way, Vader's Merciless Massacre, by the way. And that's a huge thing. So this is mainly to stop the Vader counter, and this is one that a lot of people like to use in GACs nowadays, because you either don't have to kill a GL and you're like, wow, I can just use this instead, or just to something like that where you are just forced into using a Vader, and it proves to not work that well. You can win, but for the most part, you're going to lose very badly. And I want to show this. I've only seen screenshots of this holding, but I finally got my hands onto an actual battle of this holding. And this was in a recent GAC stream between Heinz and Cubs. And this was Heinz going up against Cubs. And I want to break this down and just show you guys how it works. So here we go. Let's back it up a bit. Back it up. All right. A couple more backing ups because it's not there yet, but we'll get there. All right, so this is with I think that's Grid right there, and there's Heinz. So this is the team they brought in. This is with Watt, Nest, Thrawn, Vader, and Palp. So this is a pretty standard team to kill Padmes, and they even brought in Nest for some insurance. But you can see here that it's not enough. So first things first, of course, you want to give out the weapon tech to Vader. just so you can get more TM, you can, you know, do some more damage and ignore the defense. So I think we go into a Merciless off the bat, or maybe we go for a Force Crush. Yeah, Force Crush first. That's fine. There, though, I wouldn't... I think the misplay there is... I don't want to critique this gameplay too much, but the misplay there was you targeted Anakin with Watt. And usually in this one, Watt is a no-go because he does the extra assisting, and that provides more protection up. And right here, if we had not done that, Anakin would not have had all this protection, and you could actually land some debuffs. So, you know what? I don't think Watt's the best one here in this particular counter, but usually you can get away with using Watt. But anyhow, Vader can't land any debuffs because of the protection up from being on Anakin, GK, and I think Ahsoka has a little bit as well. And you're just stuck. You're just stuck behind this GK taunt. That's not what you want to have. Usually, you know, you have a Fracture available, and we're going to Fracture, I think, right about now. But with how things are looking right now with our battle, it's just not looking the best. So I do believe there are counters to this, you know, team getting some good banners. I think a JKR is a pretty good one, but if you're at a point in the game where you need to use JKR versus a different team, like maybe even a GL, I would actually go and recommend a Treya Trio, like right there. Thrawn's dead. I would recommend versus this team a Treya Trio, but keeping in mind to not do a whole lot of AoEs from Nihilus or Scion, especially Scion because he does a bit more damage. But Nihilus should be able to be a good counter to this, just as long as those AoEs don't kill that extra person, and it forces Anakin's bonus, or else it will not be good. But I would say, though, a very good counter to this would be CLS would still work, a JK could still work. But Vader's would probably be a one that I would not go for, personally at least. I think right there we could have used a tank tech onto the nest to keep her alive a little bit longer, but now she's dead. She doesn't have a tank tech. Right here, I would have done another AoE. Don't target Anakin again. So yeah, there are some misplays in this, but I still feel like at the end of the day, this is still not going to work for most people with Vader. Maybe it does work, but you're not going to ever get good banners at all. It's just out of the question. No banner at all. And as you can see, the battle is pretty much over after, you know, losing your Fracture, a nest. You know, it's not good. So probably could have won this if there was no Watt. And you make sure that you can control Anakin after he does his big AoE, because he will do the AoE with a Vader in this lineup, right? But it's just something that I wanted to share with you guys, because I've seen a lot of people try this team on defense in my Discord, and it's getting hold. So it's definitely worth showing, I feel like. And I'm glad Heinz tests this out, so we can see this for everybody else to view upon. It's rough because I think Cubs won this one, but it was a good run, I think, nonetheless. Anyways, though, guys, I just want to share this team because it was just so fun. You know why I don't think it's me who came up with it, but I tested this out a while ago and it worked. Just because I got Cam, I couldn't get him to a 7-star because he's just really hard to get 7-star. And I was just really, really wanting to save a Barriss for my other teams and, you know, counters. Because having a Barriss available in like these Jedi teams is so huge actually for offense. Or if you wanted to, you can set her on defense with like a Rey as well. Like, she's going to be very nice to have. Or maybe even if you wanted to save a Shock T or a Yoda or a 3PO. I mean, this is a very, very, very good way to utilize your GR. Because now, guess what? I can save 3PO for my CLS team. I can save Yoda for my Jedi team for killing Rey. And I can save Shock for Shock clones on defense, since I'm doing that nowadays. So, like, having that option now to save 3, sometimes even 4 of the, you know, better 5ths for the Padme team, it just really makes this a lot better in general. So, yeah, it can be beaten by a lot of other stuff, but definitely good to stop some counters. And yeah, I mean, Padme can still be beaten by a lot of stuff nowadays, but it just kind of puts some edge onto that Vader counter, I would say, for sure. But yeah, guys, that's probably gonna do it for today. I just want to go over that little fun defensive team that we saw Heinz go and have to fight Cubs. And also wanted to shed some light onto the bounty hunters, because I do think that the bounty hunters are a lot of fun, and you should probably work on them if you don't have them worked on yet. And also, you know, the conquest mode, you never know. Maybe we need some bounty hunter love. We'll have to see there, though. Conquest should be coming out sometime this week, so stay tuned for that, guys. And yeah, if you guys have any other video ideas you would like me to cover or go and talk about, let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear them, guys. And also, if you are new here to the channel or you are a long-time viewer, feel free to sub because we're trying to hit our 15K sub goal, guys. It would be very, very nice to hit that. But thanks for watching it again. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, share it around, all that sort of stuff, guys. Check out the Discord if you would like as well. But that's it for me today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I will see you later. Peace out, and have a good one.